be singing that song all day. You're welcome. 2020, let's go.
Can I like hum it into the camera while you're recording?
You could. What are we doing? Not singing that song. Armbar.
Yeah, not singing that song on camera. Or ever. Just a phrase that we're not singing that song.
There.
So we're gonna look at blending both judo and jiu-jitsu together. And the reason why we're doing that is when it comes to competition, sometimes it makes more sense to score points rather than hang out in a dominant position in which you're not scoring from. So right now, let's say I've done a double underpass, I flipped my partner over, Frosty in this instant, and he's landed in turtle, okay? And let's say, I like this side better, so I came to this side, and boom, I flipped him. But let's say I'm losing by a point. For whatever reason, somehow that miraculously happened, and I can't get inside here, right? Like, he knows he's winning. If he stays in turtle, yes, I will get an advantage at the end of the match, but at the same point, he'll win the match. So he's like losing the battle to win the war, so to speak. And this is where a little bit of judo idea and transition and wrestling can really come into play, where we're gonna go for our side control points and then possibly set up our arm bar to finish once we have those points, where my partner then has to react because now he is losing while he's in a bad spot, and it'll give us the opportunity to attack the arm. So we're hanging out, I'm controlling from this position, I've already got my advantage, but now we gotta one-up it. So I'm gonna go near side arm, I'm gonna scoot towards the side, and I'm gonna go wrist control here, okay? Wrist, middle finger to the base of the palm, and then thumb over, and I pull it in tight to the stomach. Now I'm gonna swim around, and I like to grab, for jiu-jitsu, remember I'm blending two sports here, okay? So for judo, I wouldn't do this, but for jiu-jitsu, I would grab this ankle, okay? That way, I can drive him over. 1, 1, 2, right here. Now look, my knee is blocking his shoulder, okay? To finish here, for my points, if time is winding down, all I'm gonna do is go thumb up, and I'm gonna tie it up. That way, boom. Now I've got my points, okay? 1, 2, 3, boom. We got our points. Now I want to finish the technique. Now I'm going to come back over the top. I'm going to pick him back up, make that transition, attack the wrist, finish the arm bar. Okay? And again, you can go straight for the arm bar right off. If you don't need the points, like let's say I'm already winning, I'm kicking the crap out of this guy, and we're moving on, right? I just want to put this guy away. I can go right to here. I can grab that foot. I can start driving him over. And I can let that leg trail. And I can finish that arm bar right there. But the reason why I bring up the points is because a lot of times it makes more sense to be winning the fight. Yeah, to be winning the fight, right? Like let's say I'm up an advantage. I personally would rather be up 3 points and an advantage than hang out here in turtle for him to eventually recover and maybe get back to his guard, okay? So I would go wrist control, I would snag the back with a boot here on the foot, turn, I would drive with my shoulders, and I would try to get my knee to the back of his head, and I would collect it. I would come up, I could possibly lock my kimura and look for a finish. I could just bring him over. I could put myself back inside control on this side. If I don't like that armbar position, some people don't like arm bars, okay? It depends on what you're good at. But taking a look at being able to blend those two sports where I'm not doing either sport correctly, but by doing both incorrectly, it makes for a good technique for jiu-jitsu. And that is, traditionally speaking, if I was doing judo, I wouldn't be doing any of this, I would be doing something else. And for jiu-jitsu, people would always teach you to say, hey, you have the back exposed, stay here, work for your choke, and try to put your hooks in. But at the same time, sometimes it makes sense to figure out how to get them into side control so that you can secure it and get your points for your eventual pass. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're looking at from this position. Coming wrist, sucking it in, grabbing that foot, driving, knocking him down. I'm gonna lock up the Kimura this time. I'm gonna go foot to back. I'm gonna make that transition. I'm gonna tap the wrist. I'm gonna finish the arm bar. Okay? So a couple different variations there for the finish for you guys. Play around with it, but work on trying to blend multiple sports together to come up with unique techniques.